A boy was lying in a foggy forest with what appeared to be wounds on his feet. A wolf was staring at him from the side. What was going on? Would the boy be harmed by the wolf? Most children dream of owning a pet kittens, and puppies can become their best friends. The next story will prove to us the purest form of human-animal bonding. The story took place in an ordinary family of 3. They lived in a remote village, where the father worked as a hunter. The mother spent most of her time doing household chores and earning extra money on the nearby farm. The child of the family was a 12-year-old boy who often begged his parents to buy him a puppy as a pet. It could keep him company while his parents were busy, but the parents never agreed. They didn't believe their son could take care of a dog. One day, the boy's uncle came to visit the family. Of course, he knew what his little nephew wished for, so on this visit, the uncle had a big surprise for the boy. The uncle drove to the backyard of the house. He carried a box out of the trunk with a squeaking sound inside. The uncle called his nephew over and showed him what was inside. The boy looked at his uncle in surprise. He had already guessed what a gift it was, but he couldn't believe that happiness had come to him. The boy's hands began to tremble with excitement. He opened the box to find a brown puppy inside. He hid a little timidly in the corner and whimpered softly. The boy was overwhelmed with great joy. He carefully took the puppy out of the box and placed him on his lap, then began to pet him gently. The parents were also surprised by such an unexpected gift, but seeing their boy's happy face, they agreed to keep the puppy with the puppy's company. The boy's life became more colorful. He played with the dog all day and taught him many commands. As the dog grew up, the boy's parents noticed the difference between their puppy and the regular dog, both in terms of morphological features and habits. Their suspicions were justified. This puppy was actually a wolf because it had a short neck, but a long nose. Its legs were very strong. Most importantly, one night, the couple heard the animal's cry. It was clearly the howl of a wolf, not a puppy's bark. The couple thought long and hard about what they should do in this situation. Wolf was, after all, wild animals. It could pose an irreversible danger at any time. But the wolf's eyes were always full of warmth. He always showed such loyalty with the boy. They couldn't bear to hurt him. So the couple decided to wait and see for a while. The wolf never showed any aggression. On the contrary, he was very considerate to the boy. They stayed together all the time, although reluctant to split up. The best friends. The boy's parents told the boy that the puppy was actually a wolf. The boy was deep in thought as he listened. But instead of feeling fear, he was wondering if he should continue to feed him, because keeping a wolf as a pet would take away a lot of his freedom. He should live in the wider wild. It was hard to believe that a young boy of 12 years old could think of such profound questions. Eventually, the boy decided to release the wolf. Despite the reluctance in his heart, he returned the wolf to freedom, accompanied by parents. The family and the wolf cub said goodbye in the nearby forest. The boy still couldn't hold back his sadness and shed tears after this. The boy had no other pets. He always remembered that cute little wolf. As the saying goes, time heals all in the blink of an eye. 5 years had passed. The young boy had grown into a strong man, but as in his youth, he still loved animals and nature. He particularly enjoyed going into the dense forests and exploring the unknown nature. Of course, he had been looking forward to seeing that old friend again. But in those 5 years, he hadn't seen any wolf. Once in the course of his search, he fell in love with nature. Exploring the forest became his hobby. That winter, the boy planned his trip to the forest again. He charted a very rocky route and left the house full of excitement. He had a vision of the wonderful things he would encounter, and it would be the most memorable day of his life. The boy followed the planned route forward, but soon the unexpected emerged. The fog was so thick in the forest that the boy was lost in the haze. He was completely disoriented. But the boy didn't panic. He felt his way forward with his previous experience, trying to discern the direction. Suddenly, the boy stepped on something under his feet. The next moment, there was a stabbing pain in his foot. He had stepped on a trap left by a hunter. The boy immediately lost consciousness in the pain. It was deep in a deserted forest, and he was so badly injured. The boy was in great danger. In a daze, the boy seemed to feel something approaching. It was as if an animal touched him with its nose and then licked his face. But then the boy passed out again. Half dazed, half awake, he felt himself being dragged along, and then passed out once more. When the boy woke up again, he was in a hospital bed. His parents were thrilled to see their son awake and came forward, their eyes filled with tears. His parents began to speak and then hesitated. The boy knew he must have experienced something extraordinary. The boy learned from his parents that the wolf cub he had fed back then had saved him. After 5 years of growth, the wolf cub turned into a fierce wild wolf. He was on his way to feed when he suddenly smelled a familiar scent. He searched for it, following the faint scent. Finally, He saw the boy on the ground. Although the boy's appearance had changed, the wolf instantly recognized his former young master. The licking the boy had felt had come from the wolf. He licked the boy's cheek, anxiously hoping to awaken him to consciousness. But because of the severity of his injuries, the boy never fully woke up, so the wolf had to keep dragging the boy along, determined to get the boy out of here, no matter what. He took the boy's clothes in his mouth and carried him all the way back to his doorstep. When the boy's parents opened the door, they saw the boy lying on the floor and the wolf standing guard. As the couple rushed to the hospital with the boy in their arms, they saw the wolf leave in the direction of the forest. After hearing all this, tears welled up in the boy's eyes. He could no longer hold back his tears. It turned out that he was not the only one who remembered the time he spent with the wolf. His kind companion also remembered, and he even saved his life. The boy regretted that he had not seen the wolf, but his heart was full of love and emotion. Maybe that's the most loyal friend in the world. What a blessing to have the most innocent relationship. We see the tender and delicate side of wild animals. It shows that animals and humans share the same emotions when a former friend is in danger. The animal is willing to do whatever it takes to save him. It is truly moving. Okay. That is the end of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe this channel. We will continue to bring you more touching stories about animals. See you next time.